cobbler, but we're using a little bit of cream cheese with our peach filling. So you might even be able to call it peaches and cream cheese cobbler. I'm using butter croissant rolls and regular croissant rolls. I'm using a little bit of vanilla, cream cheese, sugar, melted butter, and like I said, peach pie filling. You could also use any of your favorite flavor pie fillings. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add 1.5 blocks of cream cheese. We're making our cheese filling. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're just gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm just kind of eyeball it. Extra vanilla. Put your whisk attachment on your mixer. You could use stand mixer or hand mixer. We're going to mix at about medium speed for a few seconds. And we're going to go ahead and pick it up a notch. And then we'll put it on high. We'll turn it down. Alright, and I like to scrape the sides of my bowl. Make sure all that sugar is mixed in there. About 20 more seconds on high. Okay, and our cream cheese mixture is done. My oven to 350 degrees, and so while that is preheating, I am going to line the bottom of my baking dish 8 by 8, or you could use a cast iron skillet like I'm using. I'm going to line it with the butter flavored crescent rolls. What we're going to do is unroll them, okay, so that you have these little triangles. We're going to place them in here to make the bottom crust. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to have crust lining the bottom. So I'm going to use all 8. My cast iron skillet is, of course, a little larger than 9 by 9, so I'm using my 8 butter crescent rolls on the bottom and my 8 regular on the top. If you're using an 8 by 8 baking dish, you might only have to use 4 on the bottom and 4 on the top of either butter or regular. Okay, once you have all of the crescent roll triangles in the bottom of your pan, you can kind of just form them together to form that bottom crust. Make sure there's no gaps in there. Just want to make it nice and even and smooth as possible. And then what we're going to do next, we're going to take that cream cheese mixture once we have our bottom crust done. We'll go ahead and spread that nice even layer of cream cheese mixture over those bottom crescent rolls. Okay, we're just going to spread it nice and even. This is our cream cheese mixture that we made from the cream cheese, the sugar, and the vanilla. It's very simple. It's not too sweet. It's very creamy. It's going to give that cream, peaches and cream. Okay, got that nice and even. Once you have that done, you're going to take your pie filling, whatever flavor you chose. Remember, you don't have to use peach. It works really well with cherries and strawberries, anything that would go well with cream. And we're just going to pour it right in there. Okay? If you want to make your own fruit pie filling mixture from scratch, that is perfectly fine. Make sure you get all of the juices there. Just go ahead and lightly spread that so that we have some peaches over the cream. Alright, that's pretty good. And also, if you wanted to mix a little, if you wanted to just kind of stir it a little bit, mix that cream in a little bit more, that's fine. But while it's baking, it's going to all seep together and soak together. Step here is to take your regular flavor, or if you're using butter for both, that's fine. You're going to take those crescent roll triangles and you're going to spread them out as evenly as possible. Now remember, if you're using an 8x8 pan or baking dish, you're probably only going to need to use 1 can, 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. I'm using 8 on the bottom, 8 on the top because of the size of my skillet. And since you won't be able to press these together like you did for the bottom press, you want to try to make them even prettier, because this is the top part that's going to show when you take it out of the oven. Just do your best. It's kind of a messy dish. It's not supposed to be 100% symmetrical or anything like that. So I'm going to actually tear some of these to make it fit right. Okay. Just about done here. A little bit on the edges. Oops. A little home to this guy. Okay. And then right before you pop it in the oven, you want to take half a stick of butter, melt it, and we're going to pour it right over those crescent rolls. You could use a little bit more if you're using a bigger skillet. I'm not going to because I already have those butter flavored ones on the bottom. Half a stick is really plenty. You're going to put about 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Just sprinkle that right on top. Give it a little bit of sweetness. But keep in mind, if you made your own pie filling that's already sweet, you might not want to do this. Okay. Put it in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 45 minutes, depending size and type of your oven. I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for about 35 minutes right in the middle, and I'll check it to see how it's doing. When it's crisp and brown at the top, you know those crescent rolls look done, then it's done. Okay, and here's our finished product. Get a little up close view. Notice how buttery and flaky the crust is, and it's still warm, so definitely want to serve it warm, maybe with some vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. Not too hot, make sure it doesn't burn your mouth. So enjoy it. It's the peaches and cream